Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. I wanted to do another tutorial. This is on how to make some black and white fodder, floral fodder for your projects. Now this was inspired by Laly Mille, and I'm going to link her channel below. She had a free course a couple weeks ago leading up to a bigger course that she offered, and it was a freebie that she did. It's no longer available, but this was the warm-up project for her bigger class that she has. I think it's called Flower Flow. But I was going to sign up for that, and then I saw that she has one sometime in 2004 on mixed media, and I think I'm going to take that one instead. But I had so much fun with these little they're just little pieces of art. You can frame them or whatever, but I'm going to show you. It's really just clusters of different flower images and other things. She walks you through all the process of how to do these little things like this. This one here and this one here. So I'm going to show you how to do these black and white florals. And this is super fun. I made a ton of them when I made them. I made all of these for that one little free class she had. And these were ones that I didn't use, okay? Because I only had the 4 little panels that I was making. So I have a whole bunch here of just very scribbly, different types of flowers. None of these are like really real flowers. These are just kind of, and there's greens too, greenery too. That was my attempt at a fiddlehead fern. Just, you know, whatever, just whatever. So we're going to make some of these fun little black and white doodle flowers. Now, this was very interesting, and please check out Laly's channel below, and if you're interested, you can put yourself on the list to be notified when she has the class, the mixed media class coming up. I love just the watery kind of effect of these guys. So, yeah, so please check her out. Now, I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. What she did was she used different kinds of paper, and in mine I used graph paper, book page, and music paper underneath these black and white flowers. But just for the sake of today, I just went ahead and I'm using some book page. This is just the Reader's Digest, you know, one of the old Reader's Digest books. And I went ahead and gessoed all the pages first, and she did also gesso them so that you push back the words and everything, because you want to be able to see the flowers, right? But the fun thing is, what she showed us in this class was to use your non-dominant hand. And it really does create a better effect to have to use your non-dominant hand. Now you can use, I used both a Stabilo, which is a black water soluble pencil, or you could use charcoal, and I'm going to use the hard charcoal. Or you can use just a regular black water soluble pencil. I don't have them here, but at the other house I have you know, like what are they called? I forget. Anyway, just a regular water soluble pencils that you get in a box, and there's a black one in there, so you can use those too. So she recommended using your non-dominant hand. I am extremely right-handed. I mean, so much so that I have to wear a watch if I wear one on my right hand, because I would never think to look on my left arm. It's just so unnatural for me. So using your non-dominant hand is a little bit scary, and but when you see the result, it is so fun. And I'll tell you why. Laly did an example where she drew some leaves with her non-dominant hand, which I believe is also her left hand. Then she went and she drew them with her right hand, which is her dominant hand. And they were so much more stiff looking on the right, like when she used her regular writing hand. They were so much more stiff and so much more organic and natural looking using her non-dominant hand. So that's what I did with all of those flowers I showed you, even the ones on the boards. And that's what we're going to do today. So all on a piece of paper like this, I think I can get probably 2 flowers. Now, if you're going to be using tiny little boards, these ones were 6 by 6, and I did have to cut some of my doodles down a little bit to have them fit on here. So keep that in mind. Whatever substrate you're using, keep in mind how big or small your substrate is going to be compared to your doodles, okay? So literally all I did was take my non-dominant hand. Now, for those of you who are ambidextrous, Birdie, my suggestion for you is to put it in your non-dominant hand. Birdie's left-handed, so she would be using her right hand, and hold the pencil at the very end. Don't hold it down here where we usually do. Hold it at the very end where you have less control over your pencil. So this, like I said, all you're gonna do, and guys, this is just paper and paint, you know, or paper and pencil. It's not great art. It's not meant to be great art, right? It's just to make some doodly flower thingies, you know. So I'm gonna make mine kind of big because I did you know, when I was doing the project with Laly, but I can always cut them down if I want to, right? So I'm just making some kinds of little flora here. Flora, but these are going to be like the little leafy things, because we made both leafy things and flowers. So these, what I'm doing right here, this is all leafy things. And this is with my non-dominant hand here. And so it's very imperfect. There's just no getting over that. And like I said, I really like the, I'm not sure how well you can see that until I activate them. I'm not sure how well you're going to see those. So let's go ahead and let me see here. I just want to see if I grab some of my other flowers here. Like I said, these flowers that I did before were just kind of really out of my head. Like, I mean, like this one. This has got to be one of my favorites. I just love the watery look on that. So that was kind of like a leafy thing, and it kind of had leaves more that were rectangular shape. Is that right? No, triangular, like rounded triangles, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that's going to make any sense. Let's go ahead and put the stem down and then just make some more of these. See, I can't even do it with, you know, I'm trying and with my left hand, and it's really not, you know. But if you look at nature, nature's not perfect, right? Nature is not perfect. So let's see, what else can I do? Let me draw some leaves that are more like leafy shape, like, I don't know what is. Let's just draw some kind of leafy thing here. This one's huge. This one's definitely going to have to be cut down, but it's okay, because the thing is, I just really want to show you how to do this. Now, because I'm holding this in my non-dominant hand and I'm using my non-dominant hand, I don't feel the need to also hold it at the end here. If I felt I was getting too stiff, then I would, but I'm not, because this is this is a struggle for me. It's not, I mean, not in a bad way, not in a bad way. So let's go ahead and draw some flowers. So I'm just trying to think, like, I know I made some roses and I kind of just made the middle and then just came around and made some bumpy things like around it, like this, kind of like just bumpy things going around out from the circle or from the center there, something like that. Then I can come down here, and then if I want to draw it like this and draw a little leafy thing there, that's fine. And let's see, what else do we have? Well, let's go ahead and we can draw a more daisy-like thing that would have pointy little flower petals. Petals, that's what I'm thinking of. Not flowery things, Helen, petals. Okay, kind of like this. And it doesn't matter if they overlap, you know, this is too much thinking here. This is not supposed to be really realistic. So I could put maybe a leaf up here and then put a leaf down here, something like that. Like that. All right. All right, we'll do like 2 more, and then we'll I'll show you what else to do with them. So I'm just kind of looking through here to see if I can kind of duplicate one of these kind of things here. This one is kind of a fun little flower. It's just kind of really sagging down like this. It's kind of drooping, I guess. We can maybe put a cap on it here and then have its stem come down like this. And give it little round leaves like that. I'm in frame here. I'm not looking up. And we can always add a few more little doodads like that if we want. Something like that. And here's the other thing. If you just can't think of anything from your mind, I mean, these ones mostly, the majority of these I just kind of made up. But if you can't do that, then get a book, for crying out loud. It's not cheating. You know, get out one of your flower books or something like that and just look at some of the leaf thingies and flower thingies and see, you know, what you might want to be able to draw. And just remember that it's not supposed to be perfect, right? So I just kind of went through here towards the end. I made so many. I mean, literally, I made so many. I was kind of running out of ideas. So I did use this book, and I just kind of went through to see what shape I could use. This is going to be interesting, holding this here. I'm trying to hold this here. I want to draw this small flower gerardia. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, it's just kind of, again, just kind of the triangle-y shaped leaves, petals, and they just kind of come in like this and like this. Then I could maybe put the dot there and then have the stem come down here. You don't have to put leaves on it if you don't want to. I will, because then when I go to use them, if I want to use one of my leafy things instead, I can always just cut the stem off of that and just use the flower part. But I may want to use it like it is, like that. So that's it. I mean, that's it. You're drawing with your non-dominant hand on paper that has been gessoed. Now, I hope Laly doesn't mind that I show this, because it was public and it was free. The class was free, and I do really ask that you check out her channel. Check out her channel and check out her classes. Today, I think, is the last day for signing up. She does have another floral class, a mini class that she's offering, and it is on sale. And I think today is the last day of the sale, so you might want to check that out. Like I said, I will put the link to her channel below. And I'm just trying to get the gesso off my brush here, because the next step is we're going to activate our pencil, our watercolor pencil. Oh, I didn't use the charcoal. But here's the thing. I used both the charcoal and the black Stabilo last time. And when it came down to looking at them, I couldn't remember which was which. They both actually looked identical. So if you don't have a Stabilo, but you've got charcoal, then go with it, right? Go with the charcoal. All right, so what we're going to do, I forget what medium Laly used. I ordered a bottle of golden matte gel medium, a big thing of it, and promptly left it at the other house. So when I made these, all I had was this Mod Podge gloss, which I hate gloss, but the frugal side of me said, you've got it, you need to use it. It was given to me by somebody, and so I'm using it. And that is actually what I used for these. And on the, it doesn't really look that bad on these boards, you know. I mean, if they're hanging on the wall or if you frame them or something, it's really not that obvious that they're that glossy. It does look glossy when you just look at them by themselves. And some people do like gloss, so you know, go with what you have. But you want a some kind of sealer kind of thing, like matte medium or Mod Podge or something like that. So I'm just putting a little bit on my brush, and then very lightly I am going over my flowers, because I do want to cause some drag. I want to cause a little bit of that wateriness to the flower, but I don't want to completely erase the flower, and that can happen very quickly if you overwork it. So I'm really trying to be careful and just go over it once, twice at the most, to activate it and seal it. See, I mean, you can get kind of smudgy if you go over it too much, but you can really fix that if you do that. I'm putting a very thick coat on, actually, so that I'm activating it, but not making it bleed too much. You can always just go back with your brush and kind of brush out the darkness if you want to. Or, you know, if worse comes to worse, you can always grab a, where are they? Oh, that's what fell on the floor. You can always grab a wet wipe or something. Or if you have an old rag that you don't mind getting gel medium on, you can always go through. If it's too dark and you've made it too dark, you can just go through and kind of clean it up a little bit around the edges with a wet wipe or something like that. Okay. So that's that. I mean, it really, the magic, I think, is really adding the gel medium, because that is what's activating it. Now, I haven't tried to do this activating it with water. I'm afraid that water would make it too runny, I'm going to say, too activated. But the other thing is, if you're going to use these in collage, like I did in those boards, you're going to be using gel medium again and other kinds of paints and everything, and you don't want to keep activating these. If you do not seal them, every time they get wet, they're going to start smearing again. So I'm just very lightly going over this. There's almost no pressure on here. And see, I did make that one bleed a little bit, but that, you know, it doesn't bother me. And plus they're going to be cut out. So, but if it does, just go ahead and take your wet wipe or cloth or whatever you're going to use and just, you know, clean up a little bit of the smudginess. Okay, that's some foliage there. Put that up there. All right, and then we'll do these. This is the rose here, the air quotes rose right here. And just do this. So I am up at the cabin right now. Well, when I'm recording this, I'm at the cabin. And it's really warm. I went out today and planted some flower seeds. Thank you, Susan, for those seeds. Susan from Susan Hiles Art was one of my friends who I met up in Pennsylvania when we did the crop thing together, and she brought us seeds from some of her flowers last year. So Susan, I did put some of your flowers in some of my beds up here. See, now that one got really smudgy down there, and that's okay. It's not going to bother me. Again, that actually just down here is just a leaf. So if I wanted, I could just cut it off, you know, and use one of my other foliages that I made. But I'm just going to go ahead with my little wet wipe here and just tidy it up a little bit. If it's too dark, that's fine. But anyway, so I did some planting this morning. Okay, there we go. And we'll do this last one here. This is also, this is foliage. That last one we just did with the rose and the daisy obviously were flowers. And when I'm putting the Mod Podge on, I am using my right hand. This does not have to be done with your non-dominant hand. It was just the drawing. See, if you cross hatch like that, you're going to smudge it. However, if you want that real grungy look, then go ahead and do that. You know, go and really activate it and make it very grungy. That is one of the things, I don't know what happened to that one that I liked so much. One of the things I liked about that one that I showed you guys earlier was that it's kind of smudgy. And it's, I don't know, it's a different kind of look. It's not crisp, which is what we're not looking for crisp here. We're looking more for organic. And so don't forget, you can use any kind of paper underneath this. Just cover it with gesso first to knock back the background. So you can see, you know, you can actually see. Okay, so like I said, both times I have made these, I have been at the cabin, so I've been using this gloss medium. I don't know, I have not used my golden matte medium yet. I will try that and we'll see, you know, I'll see if there's a great difference, but other than the shininess. So then the only thing we have left to do, of course, is to cut them out. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm cutting, now I leave a border on mine. They all have a little bit of a border because I'm super lazy and there is no way I'm cutting out all those little petals and whatever, especially on the foliage ones like this, and you know, where I got really going with the little tiny little things. I was not going to cut all of that out. So I left a border on all of them. That is purely optional. I'm just going to go ahead and cut these apart here. It's a little bit easier for me to handle and keep it in frame here. So just a little white border on these. And that's it. That is it. Super easy, very fun. And you think, oh, well, there's just no way I can use my non-dominant hand. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised how good they look. And if you want to do the experiment that Laly showed us in the class, where she did the one flower with her, or leaves or whatever it was, she did the one with her left hand and then the one with the right, and the difference in how pretty the one that she did with her non-dominant hand was compared to the one she did with her dominant hand. So this one's a little top heavy here because the flower's the bloom's so big. So you do want to leave a little bit of white around your stem because it would just be too thin, you know, to do anything. So there's that one. And these pieces that are already gessoed, like especially this one, I can go back, and I probably will go back and draw another little flower. So it's just a question of cutting them out. And that's it. That is it. And you can add these to your artwork because they're sealed. If you used Mod Podge or gel medium, you can color them in, and I'll show you just some of that in just 1 second here. Let me just get this little guy cut out. And it's a fun way to make up some flowers that don't exist for real. Just what's in your head. You can be the creator of these things. And the bottom where it's squared off like that, I don't know why, but I always like to round that off. Okay. Okay, so there's these little guys. So let me get those boards back. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but like in this one right here, there's green, that's very light green, that watercolor that I put on that one. And on this one here, over top, it's just watercolor. Oh, and these two, this one has some green, this one has some green. And then this one has some green. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That is a fun way to make some more fodder for your journals, your prayer books, your, you know, whatever, art pieces, mixed media pieces, canvases, cardboard pieces, whatever. It's super fun to make these, so give it a try. Get your non-dominant hand involved and just have fun. So guys, check out Laly's channel. Again, it's linked below. Check out her classes. And if you're interested in the floral one, today is May 2nd, and I believe it is the last day. She is offering I think a 20% discount on one of her classes, and it's really not expensive at all. So go check it out, and please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. If you have any comments about this, let me know. Let me know if you give it a try. And guys, until the next video, I hope you all are truly blessed. Bye-bye.